Hello everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome. Guten Tag. Konnichiwa. Dobar dan. Hola. We're just waiting for people to join us. So welcome to today's session. We are looking at inverse proportion, word idioms. And within the description of the video, you can get the questions that we're going to cover today. Here is the first question. We're looking at 6 questions. This is from paper 3, June 2023. On the foundation paper, it's question 23, and this is also a higher question, number 4. Press pause and have a go. Now, the first thing to kind of touch on is understanding inverse proportion. The example I give in the classroom is, imagine you are tidying your room. Imagine you're tidying your room, and there's 2 people who tidy your room. And it takes 12 hours for both of you to tidy the room. Now, if you have more people tidying your room, let's say you have 3 people. Okay, so you now have more people tidying the room. How much time would it take? It should take you less time. And so as one thing increases, another thing goes down. So the key thing for this topic is thinking about the total time. So the total time with this example of tidying is, you've got 2 people taking 12 hours. So you would do 2 times 12 gives you 24. So the total time is 24. And so whenever you get more people, you divide by that. So 24 divided by 3 would give you 8. So it would take 8 hours for 3 people. If you have 4 people, so now you have even more people, your number has increased. How much time will it take you? Well, it will take you 24 divided by 4, which gives us 6. So this is the key concept of this topic. The more people, the less time it takes. So let's look at this question. It takes 14 hours for 5 identical pumps to fill a water tank. How many hours would it take 4 of these pumps to fill another water tank of the same size? So if I look at my key information, I've got 14 hours and I've got 5 identical pumps. How many hours would it take 4 of these pumps? So if I think about it, my total time, I've got 5 identical pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it takes 14 hours for these. So I've got 14, 14, 14, 14, 14. So I'm going to be doing 14 times 5. Use a calculator. Paper 3 is a calculator paper. So 14 times 5 gives me 70. So that's my total time, 70 hours. And now I've got 4 pumps. So I'm going to be doing 70 divided by 4. That gives me 17.5 hours. And so this is where your method marks are. So having this working out is a process mark, and this is your accuracy mark. So that's your final answer. Hopefully you understood the concept and you got it right. Let's look at the next question. The next question is from paper 3. So we're allowed a calculator. It's from November 2023. We're going to ignore the top part of the question because this is what the exam paper looks like. And we're going to look at and focus on the second part of the problem. So we are looking at this part of the problem. Let me get my camera right. Just had a little tumble there. Oops. All right, zooming in now. And so this is now from question 25. This is also on the higher paper, question 26. So this is a crossover question, both higher and foundation. Press pause and have a go. When you are ready, press play for the answer. Excuse me. So question 25 or question 6. A company orders a large number of plates from a factory. It would take 30 hours to make all the plates using 4 machines. How many machines are needed to make all the plates in 6 hours? So if I look at my key information here, I've got a company orders a large number of plates from a factory. It would take 30 hours to make all the plates using 4 machines. How many machines are needed to make all the plates in 6 hours? So in a kind of similar way, I've got 30 hours and I've got 4 machines. So I'm going to be doing 30 times by 4. 3 times 4 gives me 12. I don't really need a calculator so far, but that's what we have. And then we've got how many machines are needed to make all the plates in 6 hours. So I'm going to do 120 divided by 6. That gives me 12 divided by 6 is 2. So my answer is 20. So again, if you have this is a method mark, the multiplying, and this is your accuracy mark. 2 marks for that question. Well done if you got that correct. All right, let's go to the next question. Here's a little quote for you I found interesting. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. And this is really important in maths. We learn by doing harder topics. So sometimes it can be confusing, but don't give up. Keep going. And as long as you don't give up, you will get better. And that's how you'll get a better grade in your GCSEs. So keep moving, keep going. All right, so here is our third question. And this is from November 2018. It's a paper 1. It's paper 1, so it's a non-calculator paper. This is question 23 of the foundation paper, as well as question 4 of the higher paper. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready, you can press play for the answer. Okay, so it would take 120 minutes to fill a swimming pool using water from 5 taps. How many minutes will it take to fill the pool if only 3 of the taps are used? And then part B, state one assumption you made in working out your answer to part A. So the key information here is I've got 120 minutes to fill a swimming pool with 5 taps. How many minutes would it take to fill the pool if I had 3 taps? Okay, and again, so I can visualize this. I've got 5 taps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each one takes 120 minutes. And so you can add these together, or you can do 120 times by 5. That gives us 600 minutes. So that's our total time, 600 minutes. And we've got 3 taps. So we are now going to be doing 600 divided by 3. Oops, why did I use a calculator? It's a non-calculator. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So it's 200 minutes. Oops, I just got carried away there with the calculator. If you didn't know how to multiply, if I did do this, I could add 125 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Carry the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's one way of working out. Another way of working out this calculation, 120 times 5. I could do 120 times 10. So I can just add a 0, 120 and a 0. And then 5 is half of 10. So I can just half 1200. half of 1200 is 600. So that's how I would work this out without a calculator. My apologies there, not sure what happened. So 600 divided by 3 gives us 200 minutes. So that's how many minutes it would take for me to fill it up with 3 taps. And again, having this working out is a method mark, and having 200 is your accuracy mark. State one assumption that you made in working out your answer to part A. So let's think about the context of this question. It would take 120 minutes to fill a swimming pool using water from 5 taps. So, and I'm now using 3 taps. So what is important is how the water is coming out from the tap. So all the taps are working the same. So if you like, all the taps are working at the same rate, or filling it in. All right, so I hope that makes sense. All right, let's go to the next question. We're going to skip question 24 because it's not related to our focus of today. Here is our next question. If I can get this ready and zoomed in. This is question 4 of 6. Let me just see if I can get this a little bit better zoomed in. There we are. Okay, so this paper is from November 2022. It's paper 2, so we are allowed to use a calculator. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready, you can press play. So this is the information. Question 16. Water flows through each of the pipes that fill a lake at the same rate. It takes 4 of the pipes 12 hours to fill the lake. Work out how many hours it would take 6 pipes to fill a quarter of the lake. So there's a lot more going on in this question, as you can see. So we've got water flows through each of the pipes that fill a lake at the same rate. It takes 4 of the pipes 12 hours to fill the lake. Work out how many hours it would take 6 pipes to fill a quarter of the lake. So there are a few ways you can answer this question. So you may have a different method to mine. That is not an issue as long as you have the final answer the same. So that's the key thing. So we've got 4 pipes, 12 hours. So we're going to multiply these together. 4 times 12. 4 times 12 is 48. Again, use a calculator. So that's my total time. Now I've got a quarter of the lake, so I'm going to divide by 4. So I'm going to divide this by 4. 48 divided by 4, that gives me 12. And then I've got 6 pipes, so I'm going to do 12 divided by 6. That gives me 2 hours. Okay, and so you can see this is worth 3 marks. So 1 mark is for the total time, and the second mark is for this process, and then the third mark is our accuracy mark. So you've got that there. So the other way you could have done this is you could have done 48 divided by 6, and then you would have divided by 4, and it would still lead you to the same answer. So well done if you got that correct. Let's go to the next question. And if you are here for the first time, you can subscribe to the channel to get free online lessons. And if you are subscribed, you won't miss out on anything that happens live. We've had a few mishaps in the past, technical issues, but luckily in recent times we haven't had this, so you will get these lessons live. So make sure you subscribe. This is our 5th out of 6 questions. This is now from paper 3, 2021. All right, and this is a higher question. So we're now going into higher territory. We are not in foundation territory anymore. But you can see from the style of questions, it's very, very similar. So you can see that it's the same kind of concept. Anyway, pause the video, have a go, and when you're ready for the answer, you can press play. Okay, let me read the question. I can zoom in a little bit better, and then we can start highlighting. Okay, so question 14. Kieran has 13 workers he can use for a job. He knows that 6 workers would take 14.5 days to complete this job. Show that Kieran has enough workers to finish this job in less than 7 days. So if I think about this question, let me highlight the first keywords, first of all. He's got 13 workers. Kieran's got 13 workers. 6 workers take 14.5 days. Show. So they're actually telling me that Kieran has enough workers to finish the job in less than 7 days. So they've kind of given me a hint. They've told me it's going to be less than 7 days. I need to show that. So the answer is less than 7. Okay, so let me start off with what I already know. So first of all, 14.5 as a decimal can be 14.5. That's the first thing, because sometimes people can make a mistake with that. So I'm going to make sure I have highlighted this as 14.5. Now I'm going to work out what the total time is. So 6 workers take 14.5. So I'm going to do 6 times 14.5. It's paper 3, so I can use a calculator. 6 times 14.5. That gives me 87. So that's 87 days. That's my total time. And I've got 13 workers, so I'm going to be doing 87 divided by 13. Okay, 87 divided by 13, that gives me 6.692307 and 6, and they are recurring. So what I can see from here is 6.69 is less than 7, or if I say it in words, 6.69 is less than 7. And so that's, I've shown that Kieran has finished the job in less than 7 days. How are you doing? Have you got that right? I hope you have. And if you did get that right, well done. And we are on our last question for today. Question 6 of 6. This is from November 2017. And this is paper 2. So we are allowed to use a calculator. And again, this question is worth 3 marks. Let's pause the video and have a go. When you're ready for the answer, you can press play. Yesterday, it took 5 cleaners 4.5 hours to clean all the rooms in a hotel. There are only 3 cleaners to clean all the rooms in the hotel today. Each cleaner is paid £8.20 for each hour or part of an hour they work. How much will each cleaner be paid today? So let's highlight key information. It took 5 cleaners 4.5 hours to clean all the rooms in a hotel. There are only 3 cleaners to clean all the rooms in the hotel today. Each cleaner is paid £8.20 for each hour or part of an hour they work. How much will each cleaner be paid? So the first thing, like before, we're going to find the total time. So we've got 5 cleaners, and 4.5 is 4.5 as a decimal. So 5 times 4.5 gives me the total hours. So I'm going to have 5 times 4.5. That gives me 22.5. So that's my total hours. And now I am going to be dividing that 22.5 divided by 3 cleaners. Got 3 cleaners. That tells me each cleaner has worked 7.5 hours. 7.5 hours. Now, each cleaner is paid £8.20 for each hour or part of an hour. So this 7.5 becomes 8 hours. Because part of an hour, so that rounds up to 8 hours. So now I'm going to be doing 8 times 8.2. That gives me 8 times 8.2 gives me 65.6. 65.6. So my answer is in pounds and pennies, 65.60, 2 decimal places. So thank you for staying with me all the way. I appreciate it, and I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Thank you. Take care, everybody. Assalamu alaikum. Bye-bye.